As a bridge engineer, an iconic bridge to me is one that gives you a sense of place and is instantly recognizable.
To me, iconic brings your mind to a time and place. Take, for example, like the Brooklyn Bridge. If you think of the Brooklyn Bridge, you know you're in New York City.
If I'm walking down the street, somebody knows what the Brooklyn Bridge is, no matter where we are. That's an international icon.
When we talk about connectivity, lots of times people pick up their phone and say they're connected to the world, but the physical connection that a major bridge can bring to a region really transforms the economy. My name is Seth Condell.
Nicole Melendez.
Tom Spath.
Bruce Campbell.
And Parsons has been designing bridges for more than 100 years. I think I would categorize Parsons' bridge practice in a single word as collaborative.
Dynamic.
I would describe Parsons' bridge practice as comprehensive.
We have a bridge technical organization that spans the entire North American industry. We're able to use that organization that really lays over top of the regional operations to bring the best people to each project.
Parsons has substantial experience on mega projects. We're able to look at the risks and the opportunities that each project presents and assist the clients that we serve in solving those issues.
Having that institutional knowledge, having people that have worked on that bridge for 40 years here, passing that knowledge down to the next generation is a benefit you really can't put on paper for a client. So that allows us to get involved in projects coast to coast throughout Canada and even coordinate with our Middle East group.
We can draw on resources from anywhere in North America to suit specific project needs or specific challenges or client needs. There's no silos to our bridge technical organization.
Parsons has worked on nearly every kind of bridge that there is, and we are always at the forefront of technology.
So if I could describe Parsons' bridge practice in one word, I think it's legendary.
Well, the Gordie Howe Bridge is the longest cable stay bridge in North America. So it's really a leap into a world-class cable stay bridge. The Detroit-Windsor crossing is one of the busiest commercial crossings in North America. Trade is very important to the U.S.-Canada relationship. With only one commercial crossing in between Detroit and Windsor, having that dependability, reliability, and redundancy was very important. Parsons has been involved in one way or another for over 20 years on this bridge. The Gordie Howe Bridge was designed and constructed under a public-private partnership style contract, and Parsons has been at the forefront of many P3 projects. The public-private partnership model really brings to bear the ability to fund a project both in the short term to get it constructed, as well as to make sure there's a dedicated revenue stream for operations and maintenance. Parsons, along with our client, Windsor-Detroit Bridge Authority, Michigan Department of Transportation, and other agencies, worked really hard to make sure that this project was a benefit to the community. They have incorporated a community benefits program into the project. The scale of it is amazing.
Who doesn't love Big Mac? So the Mackinac Bridge really was the culmination of many, many years of a desire to bridge the Straits of Mackinac. Having a bridge there was tremendous, both for local Michiganders, but also for trade. So it's a major haul route between the steel plants of Canada and Detroit, where all the cars are made. It has wind vents down the center lane, which makes the bridge essentially not susceptible to wind. Parsons has been a supporter and a constant engineering consultant to the Mackinac Bridge Authority since the bridge was opened in the late 50s. How that is of benefit is that these bridges have, I like to say, their own personality, but we all have our own personalities because of the lives we've lived. Listening to how the bridge is operating, having that marriage of our engineering, their operational needs, and our recommendations on how they maintain that bridge is a real marriage of trust. It's just like you going to your own doctor. They know your health history. We know the health history of these bridges intimately because we've been working on them for decades.
The new Goethals Bridge, which is actually bridges, plural, because there's two of them, is extremely vital to the region.
The Goethals Bridge has been a very critical link in the New York, New Jersey metropolitan area, both for freight and for the normal public usage.
So the Goethals Bridge does incorporate smart technologies, quite a bit of it actually. There's lane control systems, there's weather control monitoring systems, there's structural health monitoring, weigh in motion scales.
It has variable message signs, it has variable speed limit signs, it has roadway weather information sensing technology, it has traffic detection technology, and many others.
So the Goethals Bridge is designed for future adaptabilities. Specifically, the main cable stay spans are designed for future transit. And that's future transit without the need to reinforce the tower foundations, without the need to reinforce the towers. The transit system would be erected right between the two existing structures.
So now, when you come to New York City, you'll see that the towers are now also lit and also just look brand new. So 140 years of age just kind of cleaned up on them. So Parsons has a very rich history with the Brooklyn Bridge. So anything that's 140 years old obviously is going to need some tender loving care. Designing a bridge not just for today, but for generations to come. Our work made sure to reinforce a lot of the existing structure to be able to continue this bridge to be enjoyed and appreciated.
So the Woodrow Wilson is a long crossing of the Potomac River in Washington, D.C. So, of course, anytime you're doing something in the nation's capital, it's going to be special, both as a structure itself and to the people that work on it. The bridge itself is very challenging because of the geotechnical or soil properties there. It's also challenging because in the nation's capital, you're looking at the architecture that surrounds it, and you're looking for something very traditional. So the arch form is very attractive in that type of setting. But that is not the type of structure that you want in the Potomac, because the arch puts forces laterally into the mud. And being creative in how we shape the girders for the overall crossing. To the casual observer, for a layperson, for anyone just walking the Potomac and enjoying the scenery, it looks like a many-span arch bridge, but it is not. It does not behave that way at all to an engineer. Tacoma Narrows is probably one of the structures that was responsible for many people getting into the long-span bridge world. Many people have seen the very famous footage from 1940. And just a few months after opening in November of 1940, a 45-mile-an-hour wind blew across the bridge in kind of a steady state, and it twisted itself to death and collapsed into the river. That collapse was analyzed. It was understood that the shape of the structure and the stiffness of the structure contributed to its collapse, but that bridge was rebuilt in 1950.
So the 1950 bridge stood for many years until in the 1990s, traffic congestion started to become a problem in the region. Parsons was selected to become the lead designer. So we did design suspension span as well as rehabilitation of the existing bridge. So now both of them service the community. It was Washington State DOT's first design build, and it was procured in a progressive design build manner. That allowed them to be very involved in the development of the project early on.
We've been doing major design builds for over 20 years. That's really given us a long time to develop our processes and procedures to deliver these design build projects efficiently and quickly. And you know, that's one thing the country needs, right? Fast, efficient delivery of infrastructure, because it makes our world work.
So my favorite thing about working at Parsons is actually the people I meet and the expertise that I get to associate with. And let me tell you, there are some incredibly talented people here at Parsons.
They really bring their expertise and their dedication and hard work to the job, and it's just really a joy to work with those people.
I've gotten to work with some incredible people here in the New York office. I've learned a lot more in 12 years here than I for sure could have learned an entire career at other places. So
our work is local, it's meaningful, it's impactful for the community, and there's a real sense of accomplishment.
So in these complex bridges, it's fertile ground for innovation. I can never remember in all my years at Parsons, more than 40 now, anybody ever saying, we cannot do that. We have a can-do attitude and we do get it done.